So last time I showed off the Scarclaw KASHTIRA deck that we were using to climb up through the Duelist Cup. Now another deck that I was using was P.U.N.K KASHTIRA and a new modernized version of our traditional P.U.N.K KASHTIRA deck. And you'll notice here we had quite a run of success, pretty crazy win rates here with the P.U.N.K deck as well. The only thing is that footage was of pretty low quality, right? The games were great, but the footage was real pixelated and everything, so I didn't want to put out bad quality content. So we're redoing it here, going back in live with the P.U.N.K KASHTIRA deck. This is the deck list that we ended up coming up with. I haven't done a deck profile on this deck yet, but I will be doing one very, very soon. But this is what going to be more showing how the deck plays and grinding through the Duelist Cup right here, right now, with you guys watching, so you can see how the deck works and how good it is. Now, as we get further up through the ranks, I have absolutely no doubt that we're going to be hit with more and more challenging opponents, and I don't know how the deck's going to fare as we continue to rise. There are certain things about the deck that maybe I would consider changing, but I'm honestly really happy with how it's working out right now, so I'm going to keep it like this for now, and we're just going to dive right in. Alrighty, getting into our first game here, flipping a coin and winning the coin toss right off the bat. You love to see it. We did actually win quite a few coin tosses in our previous attempt at recording this video, so it's nice to see that the luck is still carrying across, you know, you love to see it. So let's see what our opponent is playing, if we get to play at all. We do, it does in fact connect. I was expecting a disconnect there. Pretty solid hand. I really don't like seeing this. We do have plenty of options for the Max C that he's about to activate though, so that's good. Instant Contact Xiamen. Very interesting hand here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Instant Contact to preemptively bait out a Max C, right? Because I don't want him to have Ash Blossom and Max C in hand, and then me make a play that prompts an Ash Blossom activation, and then have to call by the Ash Blossom, and it might not be live for when he activates Max C. I would much rather prompt him to use Max C early in the turn, so that that's no longer a concern. We're gonna go Brave Neos. Okay, no Max C, I don't think. I don't think it's Max C he's got. That's fine. I can live with that. So we're able to normal summon the Xiamen. That's fine. Activate the Xiamen. Get searching our deck. We're gonna search our deck for another card. Getting hit with the Ash Blossom. I sort of figured that that's what would happen. We could totally call by the. Yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I do. It was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it. Our hand was pretty trash other than those cards. So, you know what? I'm glad it worked out. That's an easy dub to start us off. I'll take it. Alright, getting into number 2 now. Flipping another coin and getting another win because we're simply that good at the video game. So, pretty easy duel one, I would say. You know, one could argue that was on the easier side. Called by do be the best card in the game sometimes. So we're going to simply draw for... God damn, boy. So we got the Unicorn on deck, which is good. Unicorn is huge. Unicorn is huge because it's gonna hopefully force him to play some cards that he doesn't want to play just yet. And if it resolves and all goes well, then at the very least we get to use our Unicorn then as intended and go into the KASHTIRA line later on in the turn. We'll have to see if that is feasible though. In the draw phase, he's really thinking about using this card here. It might be a Max C, it might not be, who knows. Okay, it doesn't go for it right away, that's fine. So at the very least, I'm getting my Unicorn before he gets a chance to activate Max C. I'm summoning Unicorn, nothing you can do about it. It's already on the field, don't even think about it. We're going to go for Unicorn here, we're going to search our deck for a KASHTIRA spell card. I think the only one we play is a Singular Theosis, but that eats the Imperm. That's big. That is absolutely huge. Love that. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Like it a lot. Okay, so we're going to go for Ogre Dance here. We're going to activate Ogre Dance. We're going to see what he has to say about that one. See if he has anything he wants to activate. He does not from the looks of it. We're going to go for then our... Okay, so let's grab Xiamen here. We're not going to summon it though, because ultimately what we would need to do then to resolve the combo is we normal this, search for Deer Note, then summon a Charkusai, and we fuse Charkusai with the Xiamen anyway, right? So it doesn't actually get us anywhere. Because he's already used an Imperm, I'm not particularly worried about Imperm either. So we're going to go straight for the Charkusai, straight into the Fusion Summon. He's not activating Max C, which is making me think that card in his hand might well have been something else. It could be something as simple as a Thunder Dragon Dark for all I know. We know he used the Infinite Impermanence already, so it's unlikely that he has a second, but it is technically possible. I think he probably would have used it though. We're going to go for the Rising Card, pure Rising Card, tributing itself off to summon out the Walk On and the Deer Note. We do still have Zeoman Search to use later in the turn if we do find ourselves in a position where we can summon Zeoman out to the field, perhaps if we draw E-Telly, but it's not something integral to the function of the turn at this stage. We've already sort of surpassed its usefulness. We're going to grab the Extreme Session here. Extreme Session is such a powerful field spell. Just the instant like +2 every single turn is absolutely insane. We're going to use Walk On and Deer Note. We're going to Synchro Summon, summoning out the Jam Dragon. That's going to trigger a few effects. We're going to go Chain Link 1, our Jam Dragon, paying 600. Now we're going to use Deer Note as Chain Link 2. We get to bring back a monster from the graveyard. Now, it's very tempting to bring back Zeoman for a search and then go into a level 10 Synchro using our Unicorn, but given the board and circumstances, I do believe going into Sharkusai is still the superior option. So we are going to bring back Sharkusai just to make sure we could definitely set up our end board. But I was tempted. I was definitely tempted. You got me there. Very tempted by the card advantage. Very greedy player. Gonna grab the Madame Spider here, adding it to hand so we can set up the trap card here in just a moment. The most tense moment of playing Punk is at this very moment when you're thinking to yourself, am I going to draw the trap card? Am I going to do it? That freaked me out for a second, but that's an imperm. That's a fantastic draw for us. Really look good. Love to see it. Now we're going to banish the Ghost Ogre from the graveyard just because it's a dark, which means one less Bestial target for our opponent if they happen to be playing Bestials. They might be playing them and maybe just don't have any in their opening hand. You don't know. Pay 600. We're going to search for the trap card here, as well as getting an additional draw 1 from the field spell. And this is pretty much KASHTIRA Punk at its prime, right? This is exactly what it was doing before the new cards came out, and this is exactly what it's going to be doing even after the new cards are out and around. We do have more lines and more tools and things available to us, but that's not to discount the utility and power behind the traditional methods of playing the Punk KASHTIRA deck. So we definitely don't need to change what isn't broken. That's for damn sure. I mean, look at this. This is a really, really solid board right now. Going into end phase, we're going to pretty much right away during their turn, we're going to shotgun the Maxi right away. I'm not going to be messing around with any potential interruptions or a potential triple tactics talent, anything like that. He could be playing Thrust, which would be annoying, and I will grant you that for sure. But I'm definitely going to be using this as soon as I possibly can, just so that we can make sure to either force an early negate or to, I mean, he might have call by, he might have cross out, he might have an Ash, you know, he can have all of these cards. He does have the call by. That is legitimately actually a really good target for a Baron negate, if I'm being honest. Because having our opponent play under Maxi is huge. If they're playing under Maxi, then depending on what deck they're playing, they might not be able to play at all. So I do definitely think this is a very valid Baron target. I would understand if you held off at this stage and you didn't want to negate that, but I definitely think allowing Maxi to resolve is just absolutely huge, right? It makes it so difficult for so many decks to play the game. And now, because that all happened in draw phase, we can actually tag our Baron out into a more useful card in our graveyard, like the KASHTIRA Unicorn that we sent there earlier in the duel. So we get to send our KASHTIRA Unicorn, resummon it back to the field. So that's pretty good. Bringing back the Unicorn. I'm going to summon it in defense. Just, I don't know, in case. I don't know what they could have. They might have Lightning Storm or something like that. That would be annoying. But there would only be so much they could do to push for lethal through the likes of a Maxi. And they can't destroy both our spells and traps and our monsters, right? They have to choose one or the other. So I'm not too worried about it. They're going to go for Saber Dragon off the rip. Saber Dragon. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. That's pretty damn cool. They're going to go for Galaxy Soldier here, playing their traditional Saber Dragon lane, dropping the Kaiju. What? Damn, you are bold, my friend. You are... That was a bold play right there. I'm not going to lie to you, Chief. That was a bold play. I'm going to go for Unicorn here. We're going to chain Unicorn to the Galaxy Soldier. What's he going to summon? Nova? No, I'm not going to negate this. I'm not doing anything about this. He's going to summon Nova, then I'm just going to bounce it back. I'm not worried about that. In terms of a banished target, I'm going to probably get rid of Verte here, I think. I think Verte is a very good hit. Let's get rid of Verte, for sure. Banishing the Verte face down, Galaxy Soldier searches the deck for another Galaxy Monster. They're going to add another Galaxy Soldier from deck to hand. There's another Soldier. That's fine. Then they're going to use these two monsters to go into Saber Dragon Nova, I would imagine. Tributing the Saber Dragon to normal summon the Galaxy Soldier. Very interesting play. Was Verte the plan? It might have been. If it is, I apologize. Oh, we're going into Nova. Cyber Dragon Nova. We're going to activate the effect of the Sharkusai. Paying 600. Going to quickly summon out our amazing dragon. I do believe the effect to resummon a Cyber Dragon is an ignition effect. Yes, the quick effect is the boosting of attack points. The revival of a Cyber Dragon is in fact an ignition speed effect. So we do get to draw one as well off our field spell. We're going to get rid of that Cyber Dragon Nova. Because it's being sent to the extra deck, its other effect, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't actually activate. Yeah, because when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect. So that's not going to activate. They gave us a full hand of cards, and we got rid of all of their plays. They've got one card left in their hand, and they're going to pass turn. They're not going to surrender. Very interesting. That would have been Scoop City for me, Chief. I'm not going to lie to you. I would not have even contemplated continuing to play the game, but here he is. And I respect it. I'm not going to BM you, my friend. I am going to activate my Unicorn, just because I might as well. We are going to grab Theosis. I'm not going to BM, though. I'm going to end this very quickly for our opponent. We're going to bring back the... Honestly, we're just going to bring back the Giant Dragon in attack mode. That gives us enough attack points to finish him. And we should pretty much move on from there. I am also just going to very quickly use this effect. Just because, you know, he might have something. He might level something. I don't know. He might. I would just draw a bunch of cards. Add a bunch of cards to hand. Drawing an evenly matched. This is disgusting. And this is KASHTIRA for you. This is Punk KASHTIRA. This is just what we do. This is just what we do. I respect the grind. I respect playing Cyber Dragons this late into the event. Don't get me wrong, I respect it. But unfortunately, it simply was not enough. Alright, getting into our next game here and winning another coin toss. I guess we're just on fire with the coin tosses. I'm not gonna lie. I've noticed that whenever I'm playing this deck, I win a lot of coin tosses. It happened during most of the games whenever I was last playing this and I couldn't use that footage. It's also happening a lot right now. So I'm on board. You want to keep giving me the coin toss wins? I will absolutely keep taking them, my friend. I am in no rush to reject those. We're going to go for the E-Tele emergency teleport. Going to quickly summon out a Punk monster. You want to activate Max C, good sir. Is Max C on the cards right now? It is not. That is totally fine. Let's go for Ziyaman. Maybe you're waiting on my Ziyaman in case I had like a Gamma or something in hand. I would understand that. I would understand that. Let's go for the Ziyaman here. We're going to use its effect, paying 600 life points. Going to add a Punk monster from deck to hand. We're going to grab the Foxy Toon. We've got a baller hand here. I don't know what I want to discard. This hand is so good. Oh, Foxy Toon gonna discard itself and another card. Unfortunately, this hand is utterly broken. I don't know. Okay, he does go for the Ash there. Okay, that kind of hurts. That kind of hurts. It hurts a little bit. It hurts my damn feelings, my guy. It hurts my damn feelings. But that is totally fine. Let's just go for triple tactics thrust. Let's thrust it up. Get thrusting. Yeah, let's just grab an Imperm. Let's double up on the Imperm. We got 4 interruptions still. This should be more than enough to carry us through until the end of the next turn, especially considering he's down a card out of hand. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this. I think we're fine. We do lose our Ziyaman though, which is somewhat unfortunate. But it's okay. It's okay. I think we'll be fine. We are going to go for the Maxi right off the bat. If this resolves, we're in luck. If it doesn't, we're in trouble. If it was called by or cross out, I dare say you would have used it right away. It's Sprite Starter. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to go for the Ash Blossom on that. Yeah, that's fine. So it's Sprite. He's got 4 cards in hand. He's playing Sprite. He's under Maxi. I can live with that, especially through a double Imperm. Main phase 1. If he's smart, he just passes. I would just pass. I have no cards in hand. You know I'm playing Punk. I need to have at least 1 discard target for something like a Foxy Toon. You know that I'm down bad. I would pass. Yeah, exactly. 100%. That's probably an Imperm because he played it in this column. I would not be surprised if that was just an Imperm. Triple Tactics Talent. Not a very useful card right this second, and unfortunately our opponent does have 5 cards at their disposal, 4 in hand, and they are playing Sprite. We do need to be aware of that. That's going to be a bit of a problem. So depending upon how good their hand is, they could have a pretty major advantage here. They're going to go for... Oh, they're playing Gishki. Okay, bringing out the Gishki Abyss. That's fine. Normal summon Abyss. Get searching. That's fine. I'm going to let that go. Searching for a Vision. There's no way he doesn't have a Sprite in hand, right? Activating Vision. Going to grab a Ritual Monster from deck, adding it to hand. There's no way he doesn't have a Sprite monster, right? Surely. Going for Gishki, Aqua Mirror. Tributing off Shadow in hand. Summoning out the Neuromanus. That's a lot of card advantage gone for one monster, my friend, but it is definitely a powerful monster. We're going to go for Infinite Impermanence here. We're going to negate the Ivagishki Neuromanus. Because it also negates this back row for the turn, whatever this back row is. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to toy around with it right now. That means he's got 3800 damage on board and 1 card left in hand. It is a Sprite Blue. Sprite Blue. I'm going to allow that. I don't like allowing that. Man, go figure. It's Sprite Blue. The strongest one of them. Go figure. That is fine. Okay, gonna use these two going into Sprite Elf here. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Special summoning out the Carrot. Okay, just being very aware of numbers here in terms of damage output. You're gonna summon back the Abyss. Abyss gets searching. Because apparently once per turn doesn't exist. So Elf protecting Neuromanus, and likely the Gigantic when it's summoned here to this zone from being targeted. You're going to have 3k, 6k damage on board. Then whatever the Gigantic summons, he will also have access to. Okay, grabbing a... What was that? Vision? Yep, grabbing Vision. Okay, into Gigantic. That was a fairly safe bet. It is protected from targeting by the Sprite Elf, so unfortunately we cannot hit it with the likes of an Infinite Impermanence. That is slowing us down quite a bit. They are going to detach a material here for the Gigantic Sprite. They're going to summon out any level 2 monster directly from the deck. Probably going to summon something like the Nightmare Corruptor Ibli or Sprite Jet. Sprite Jet going to search their deck for another Sprite spell or trap card. Searching for Sprite Starter. Oh, that could be it. Activating Sprite Starter, going to take some damage here in order to fuel their field. We definitely should have gone for Imperm onto the Jet. I don't know what I was thinking there with not using Imperm on the Jet there. I sort of just... Yeah, that's not good. Oh, damn. You can swing, buddy. You've got the damage. Oh, I did the maths. Trust me, buddy. I'm a doctor. That's fine. Toggle off. You got it. Definitely should have impermed the Sprite Jet right there. Damn. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. Can't win them all. Well played, though. Good deck. Good deck. I have a lot of trouble with Gishki's Sprite in terms of like me trying to pilot it. But it seems pretty cool. So, you know, let's get into the next one. Alright, into the next duel. And that is our first coin toss loss of this video, I believe. So that's fine. Now we get to play going second a little bit. So that's going to be a slightly different change of pace. I don't believe this deck has the same versatility that Scarclaw KASHTIRA has, which is part of why I love playing that deck so much right now. This deck's of course really good, don't get me wrong, but it's much better going first than it is going... Oh, there's actually no way. Oh. It's the mirror match, man. That's tough. That is hella tough. Our hand is not fantastic. I'm gonna grab Foxy Toon from deck here. Makes sense. Foxy Toon gonna discard itself and another card to summon out another Punk monster from the deck. As per standard, as per usual. Dropping Gamma Seal. Okay, so more... Okay, Gamma Seal's interesting. Maybe a smaller bridge? He is playing a 50-card deck. Maybe it's a Punk engine as part of a larger deck, perhaps. Maybe he's going to summon Deer Note here instead of the Sharkusai. I guess he could go Sharkusai, but he's probably... Oh, no, they're going for Madame Spider. Very interesting. Okay. Madame Spider, searching for the trap card. Activating Deer Note in hand. Gonna reveal the Sharkusai. Gonna summon one and send the other to the grave. Summoning the Deer Note, sending the Sharkusai to the grave. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Synchro summon into the Jam Dragon Drive. That makes a lot of sense. What a weird line. That's just a strange line. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think any of that was very good, if I'm being honest. Sharkusai, don't tell me you're about to go into, like, Psychic M Punisher or something like that. Okay, there's the Ghost Ogre. It's a real shame that we have Ghost Ogre in hand, because, you know, of Crossout. The fact that I have, like, all of the targets in hand is just, like, a real shame. Oh, but that's a hell of a top deck, though. That's a really good top deck. Let's go for the Pressured Planet. Let's do it. Max C. That's a little unfortunate. So I'm going to go for Crossout there. I definitely think that's a valid Crossout. I would have liked to use Crossout on the trap card, but again, I have it in hand. All of my Crossout targets for the mirror match are in my hand. Sometimes it be like that. So we're going to banish the Maxi instead. I guess it kind of worked out. Crossout being used for the Maxi definitely is more beneficial. So we're now going to use this. We're going to grab the KASHTIRA Unicorn directly to our hand. Special summoning the KASHTIRA Unicorn. Nice, nice. Activating KASHTIRA Unicorn's effect, we're going to get Searching. They may activate the trap card here to negate us. That would be ideal. They do not actually do that. We're going to go for Theosis then. Not even using Ghost Ogre, really? Huh. Very interesting. Okay. I don't really want to go into Theosis just yet. I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to normal summon the Sharkusai. Right, we're going to normal summon this. I'm going to activate its effect. I'm going to see if it gets hit with anything. I'm going to see if it gets hit with Ghost Ogre, with the trap card, anything at all. Okay, he allows that. We're going to fusion summon then, using these two, into the Rising Carp. This may be when he chooses to use the trap card. It would be a very good opportunity to do so. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Okay, getting 1,000. That's A-okay. Alright, now we're going to go for Theosis. Targeting the Unicorn. We're going to summon out a KASHTIRA Fenrir. Gonna activate Fenrir's effect. Gonna get Searching. He may activate his Ghost Ogre here. That is entirely up to him. He's not going to do that. Okay, that makes sense. Kind of. Yeah, we do. Okay, let's go Rise Heart. Alright, activating Rise Heart's effect. We're gonna special summon it out to the field. Here we are. I don't think I'm going to go Shangri-La here. I think I'm just gonna go for the Rise Heart. He either activates his Sharkusai right now, or he misses his opportunity to do it pre a Rise Heart. So that's what we're aiming for here. If he uses it pre a Rise Heart, then he's going to lose access to a few of his tuners. Oh, he's going to go for the Ghost Ogre here. Interesting Ogre shot right there. I guess that kind of makes sense. I'm going to go for Fenrir and Unicorn then, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't have used Fenrir. Maybe I should have held off on that. We are going to go for the Unicorn, though. Okay, he's going to go for Sharkusai. Makes sense. I definitely should have banished Madame Spider. No, then he would have just used it pre-banishment. Yeah, well, that's fine. That still adds up. That's okay. They're going to go Sharkusai. Going to Synchro Summon using these two off into the Amazing Dragon. That makes sense. All part of the plan. Unicorn gonna get a little peek under the hood of that extra deck. We're gonna... Ooh, he's got some cards up in here. He has some cards up in here. I'm gonna go Psychic and Punisher. I'm gonna banish that. Fenrir fizzles, that's fine. The Amazing Dragon's gonna activate its effect. It's gonna bounce as many of his monsters back to our hand as possible. Bouncing... Okay, bouncing everything but the Rising Carp. Interesting. I'm gonna go Ghost Ogre then. And we're gonna pop the Amazing Dragon. That will, I believe, trigger the Jam Dragon to resummon itself though, which is a slight problem. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, Jam Dragon comes back. Okay, gonna pay 600 life points. Gonna search your deck for another Punk monster. That's fine. Okay. Gonna activate Rising Carp just to get it off my field. Might seem like a bit of a waste, but it's something I'm willing to do here. We're gonna summon out the KASHTIRA Fenrir. Into the battle phase, we're gonna take out that Madame Spider. Just get rid of it. Main phase 2. Gonna set the trap card, and we're gonna pass turn. Now, what did he add to his hand? He added a Xiamen. Okay, he added Xiamen in the hand. We did get rid of the Psychic and Punisher, so that's no longer an option for him. That's totally fine. Normal summoning the Xiamen here. What he should do probably is just go into battle phase and take out my Fenrir. But that does cost him his ability to go for lethal this turn. That means he'll need to wait until my turn, and he knows that I've got a pretty decent KASHTIRA hand. Battle phase, yep, okay, going straight for it. That makes a lot of sense. It's definitely, I would say, the right play. Taking out the Fenrir, that's totally fine. Maybe we should consider playing at least one copy of KASHTIRA Birth. It's a really good card. It's a really good card. It really is. Maybe. Okay, gonna go for the Foxy Toon, that's fine. Foxy Toon gonna activate, they're gonna discard itself, and the last remaining card in their hand, which is what? I'm very curious. A Race Heart, okay. Fair enough, playing the same deck I'm playing. Gonna summon out Wagon here. Wagon's going to pay 600, gonna grab the Field Spell. Okay, Field Spell is decent, but you can't really use it right now. Short of going into your last remaining Amazing Dragon, that is. Okay, going into the Amazing Dragon, actually, fair enough. Alright, gonna attempt using its effect to bring back, I would imagine, something like the Deer Note to... Oh, no, he's not doing that. Okay. I guess he's just targeting this to bounce it back to my hand. I don't believe you can use multiple effects in the same turn, right? You can only use one effect once per turn. I'm not negating that, actually. I would rather have the card back in my hand. That's not nearly big enough a deal. He definitely should have used its other effect to bring back a Punk card. I don't know why he did that. That was not the play. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was not it, Chief. This isn't it either, but I'm pretty sure I can utilize this to my advantage at least. We're going to go for the Pressure Planet here. Pressure Planet then is going to cause the scoop. Summon Unicorn, normal Madame, in the Baron, pop the Amazing Dragon, swing in, take out the Wagon, and that's pretty much it. Fair enough. Let's do one more. Alright, getting into our last game here. And there you go, we lost the coin toss. We are going second, but the winner of this game ranks up. Let's see if we can end this video on a winner here, going up to D level 18. It is a little bit tougher here up at this upper echelon, but we are definitely still having a decent enough success rate to keep up, for sure. This deck still feels just as good. I think maybe adding one copy of KASHTIRA Birth is going to be somewhat beneficial. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. They're going to go for Ariana here. I mean, there's not really a ton of really good Imperm targets in Labyrinth, so I think hitting this with an Imperm is as good a target as anything. The only other really decent target is Lovely, right? And that's... usually you can't Imperm that when you want to, so I would rather be able to use an optimal Imperm against an Ariana to maybe perhaps stop them from even setting up their board. There you go. Set 1 pass is not that intimidating. I'm pretty confident about that. I think that's going to be totally fine. Okay, so let's see what we have access to here. We do have Crossout. That's a fantastic top deck here. We are going to go for the Ogre Dance. Ogre Dance is going to discard itself. Going to grab a Punk card from our deck. Let's see if he has any hand traps in that hand of his. Okay, that's fine. He's got nothing. We're gonna grab ourselves a... if we grab Xiamen and it gets interrupted, then we get nowhere. I'm gonna grab a Deer Note. I think Deer Note's gonna be somewhat useful here, for sure. I'm gonna go for E-Telly. I don't really need E-Telly to resolve, to be honest, but it would be handy. Okay, that's good. Let's grab ourselves a Xiamen. Yeah, it wasn't necessary that that card resolved, but it was definitely very useful. We're gonna go for Xiamen here then. Xiamen's gonna pay 600, searching our deck for a Punk monster, adding it to our hand. We are not being interrupted by our opponent just yet. They are gonna let us search, and we're going to search for a Foxy Toon. Foxy Toon should give us a certain level of follow-up at the very least. We've yet to normal summon, so I don't actually even need to use the Deer Note that I have access to. We are going to go for the Sharkusai here. Normal summon the Sharkusai. We've not normal summoned yet, which is very useful. We're going to activate the Sharkusai now to normal summon. This would be a good imperm opportunity, but apparently not. Apparently he is going to allow that to resolve. I don't believe I'm going to need you. No, I'm going to drop the Deer Note. I'm going to drop the Deer Note. Just in case, because we can still use Foxy Toon. I would ideally not like to drop either of these cards out of my hand, but it is definitely something that we can do if we need to. So that's fine. We're going to go for Rising Carp here. And we should be able to ideally push for Lethal on this turn. Okay, going for Destruct... You... what, mate? There's no way! Okay. This is not the situation I expected to find myself in, but that's the situation that we're in. So we're going to go for the Foxy Toon. We're going to tribute to Sharkusai. We are going to summon the Foxy Toon out to the field. The Daruma Cannon, fair enough. I was not expecting it. That was a good card. That is a good card. I will give you that much. That is a pretty good card. We are going to take out Ariana here. Gonna limit our opponent's follow-up as much as we possibly can. We're gonna activate this. We gain some life points equal to that monster's attack points, so that's good, keeping us in the game even longer, up to 8400. Love to see it. Now we're going to... I could send Foxy Toon. He didn't set these cards, meaning they're probably additional monsters, which is fine. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna drop the Crossout Designator to the graveyard. We're going to special summon. I've already used your effects. Guess the only one we can really grab here that's worth anything is Madame Spider, right? Yeah. Gonna grab Madame Spider. That's fine. Nibiru. Huh. That's not good. Nibiru. Okay, that's fine. Let's end our turn, I guess. This isn't good. He had the outs, I guess. Fuck me. The Destructive Cannon, Daruma, and Nibiru. 3 cards in hand. They're gonna activate the Coup. Activating Coup Clock isn't only any good if you actually have a furniture piece in hand, right? He does have a furniture piece in hand. Gonna activate the Torby, gonna send it and another copy of Coup Clock to the graveyard. We're gonna go for Call by the Grave on the Torby. We're gonna shut that down. Dropping the Torby, getting rid of it, negated. Coup Clock might still activate in the grave. It probably does still activate in grave. It might not though. It does, yeah, it does. Okay, that's fine. So we can add itself back to hand. That's decent, but he doesn't actually get to use any Labyrinth cards this turn, which is nice. Into the battle phase. Oh, I was kind of hoping he'd attack the token. I was hoping he'd be tempted by the token. Oh my god, this is tough, man. Instant Contact, that is just not it, Chief. I'm not gonna lie to you. That ain't it. But it's 1 card away from being it. So as long as he doesn't draw a useful card here, we're golden. Because instant contact is one card away from being it, right? So this could do it. This could do it. Normal summoning the Q-Clock. Very interesting play. Do you have a Link 2 to go into by any chance? Fair enough. Going to go into the Mudraker. Ooh, Mudraker. Mudraker going to discard a card. Gonna bring back Ariana. Ah, very interesting. Ariana then is going to search the deck for a Labyrinth card, right? Yeah. Gonna grab Big Welcome or something like that. Big Welcome will be a good shout. Yeah, Big Welcome is in fact the play. Big Welcome does make my life a lot more difficult. It really does. It just does. Big Welcome is painful. That's for damn sure. Oh, Max, are you serious, man? Come on. Oh, he didn't use it. He did not use it. Activate it. Now, go for it. Yes. Okay, right. Okay, let's go Maxi. So he thinks I was playing... The reason that we did that is I wanted to trick him into thinking I was about to activate Evenly Matched. And now he's activating this in an effort to snipe Evenly Matched out of my hand. Which is still going to be somewhat unfortunate for me, but it's not something that I could have avoided, right? It's something that had to have happened. He does summon Lovely. He bounces Ariana back to hand, which is unfortunate. We draw one. We draw Fenrir, which is huge, but I don't think it's huge enough. He does snipe it out of our hand, unfortunately. And at this stage, this is not going to go our way. Because we're in the grind game and he has Lovely out, the thing about Lovely is that every single turn it's going to snipe a card out of my hand. And that's no bueno. So, you got it, Chief. You got it. Well played. I've been told Labyrinth is pretty big in the later stages of the event, and I can see why. It's definitely a very powerful strategy at the moment, so very well played to our opponent. Let's talk briefly about the deck. So this is the deck list I was using here. The only one change I would consider making that sort of creeped up during the gameplay would maybe be including a copy of Birth in the deck. You would be playing at a 45 there, but I don't really think playing a whole bunch of cards in this deck is necessarily a bad thing. I think playing at above 40 cards is totally fine. There are definitely some cards you could drop. You don't have to play Scarclaw KASHTIRA, you don't have to play Birth, you don't have to play Ghost Ogre, you don't have to play the Double Deer Note, you don't have to play Evenly Matched. There's a whole bunch of cards you could drop if you really wanted to. But I have no problems playing this deck sort of between 40 to 45 cards. I think anywhere in that range is totally acceptable. And entirely up to the individual as to whether they want to play it like that or not. But this is generally speaking the idea behind the deck. We might, as we move forward, move away from instant contact. I know the utility behind the Mariner is definitely very useful, but we kind of want additional extra deck space. We might drop the Elemental Hero package and drop the Dragite and see if we can't make some good stuff happen with other cards, right? So there's definitely some things I'm considering. This is what we've currently got. You can take it like this, play it if you want. You saw it in the gameplay, you sort of know how it runs and operates. Depending on the changes I make coming up, I may make another video on this deck to go through the decks card for card. But yeah, this is it as it is. If you got this far into the video, subscribe, because I mean, if you watched this far, obviously you like something that you were seeing, so do like the video as well. Every little bit is appreciated, and if you want to show a little bit of support for the channel, you could of course join us as a member using the link in the description below, or even just hop into the Discord. But anyways, regardless of how you choose to show your support or whether or not you choose to do it at all is entirely up to you. With that, I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye bye.